As a recovering alcoholic that's been sober for over 2 years, I can with the utmost certainty tell you that detoxing from Venlafaxine tablets is a lot fucking worse than giving up fucking booze. Oh man, this is going to be a fucking deep, heavy video, so if you're feeling emotionally vulnerable or a wee bit unstable, I'd maybe just fucking save it for another day. These last 2 or 3 weeks have been absolute hell, and I mean that with the absolute utmost sincerity. Like, this has not been, I would not wish these feelings upon my worst enemy. Like, this is the hardest thing that I've experienced in my life, and I've been through some pretty fucking shitty stuff, so if I'm saying this is tough, you can take that to the bank. This is fucking tough. So we're about a week and a half in to the total detox. I ditched my last tablet a couple of Sundays ago. I'd actually just forgot to take it, and then I just thought, boom, there's my opportunity, let's just go. We're already at the end. And I never had to deal with the mental anguish of preparing myself for it, so that was just a case of ripping the plaster off and just rolling with it. But fuck me, man, like, see the feelings of like the constant nausea, like feeling like you could be sick at any moment, just bursting into fits of tears like on the flip of a coin or nothing. Daily thoughts of suicidal ideation, and just that constant niggling in the back of your head, like, just kill yourself. Like, as I'm recording this video, like, that's still very much here. That's a very, very prominent thought and prominent feeling, and that's been a solid sort of, struggling to find the words here, that has been running the show. That thought has been running the show. Like, just everything, every negative emotion that you could imagine, has been there. Stuff that I'd usually be able to brush off, it's just niggling. And it's, I would not, like I said, I would not wish any of these thoughts or feelings on my worst enemy. So Venlafaxine, if your doctor or therapist or whoever mentions it, tell them to take a hike. Like that, this shit is poison. It should come with a disclaimer, like, I was not given the correct information when being prescribed it, and some of that's on me. I probably should have done my own research and figured it out, but when you're absolutely fucked with the day-to-day shit and you're just looking for a fix, a quick fix, something to help, like, you're not really interested in the negatives, so you're just like, right, cool, give me it, I'll take it, we'll hope for the best. Like, at that point, I'd been fighting for my life on a daily basis for about 8 years, and I was just looking for anything, like just a lifeline, just give me a wee bit fucking spark, just something to go on. So I took it with little to no research. So this shit should come with a disclaimer. The doctor should have told me, we can try this. However, if there comes a time in your life where you're going to want to come off this, it's going to be hellish. this stuff is highly addictive. And I think that's why I've been on it so long, because there's been times where the doctors have mucked up my prescription, and I've been 2 or 3 days without the tablets, and all hell's breaking loose in my body and my head. And then that just kind of confirmed in my head, like, I can't come off this, like, this is hellish, this just isn't worth it. And so you end up in that brutal routine of just being stuck, just being too scared to even contemplate coming off these tablets. But I'm just glad I met the people that I did when I did, and they showed me that there was other options. There were other options out there. Now granted, nothing's an overnight fix, and I'm aware that the medical cannabis isn't going to fucking sort all my shit out, but at the very minimum, it's laid the foundation to allow me to come off these tablets, and I'm forever thankful for just that this opportunity has presented itself to me. So for that I'm very thankful, and for the people that have supported me through this and gave me the courage to keep kicking on. I love yous all so much, so thank you. But as for the venlafaxine, do not take this shit. It's not worth it. It doesn't... I mean, it obviously does something. Like, I feel like it mutes a lot of the shit, but I mean, that's no healthy either. Like, we've got these feelings for a reason. And that goes for any of the sort of mental health medication. Like, the doctors aren't prescribing it properly. Like, I can remember the conversation clear as day when I took my very first SSRI prescription. The doctor said with very little... he never really dug for any information. I just told him I was feeling like shit, X, Y and Z, and it was just, take these, see how you get on. Now that's bullshit. That's not going to work. Like, SSRIs should be prescribed alongside some form of talking therapy, because if you're no speaking to somebody on a professional level about what's going on in your head and why you're on these tablets, you're never ever going to get better. You just end up in a mental prison. And it feels cosy to an extent, because all the bad shit you've been feeling, it just numbs it all out. Which is great short term if you're needing a wee boost, just to keep you safe in the moment and keep you safe till you get to therapy, and to keep you safe until you build up the courage and the energy to get to the gym and start eating a bit better. Because if you're not getting the basics right, exercise, your diet, you're never ever going to get better. So, anybody out there who's on this shit, I strongly recommend looking at other options, because you will be a prisoner in your head all your life, and you will never ever going to get better. I'm just kind of realising that the past 10 years of my life have been wasted, and I feel like I'm effectively parachuting back into where I was 10 years ago and all the shit that I was dealing with, because I've not fucking fixed any of it. It's all still there, I was just numbing it. So that 10 years I could have been progressing. I mean, it's difficult, because by the time you're on the medication, you're comfortable, and it's designed to keep you hooked for life. Most of what Western medicine is a fucking joke. So if you're on any form of sort of long-term Western medication, I'm not saying come off it, absolutely not. I'm not qualified to say that, but what I will encourage you to do is look at other options, because it's becoming more and more apparent to me as time goes on that the medicine's not designed to cure you. It's just designed to keep you sick, man. So tinfoil hat and that. Woo! But aye, that's I feel very passionately about it now. I would absolutely encourage anybody to seek alternatives, because there's loads of herbal methods. I'm pretty sure you could buy a book on TikTok. I think it's like 50 quid, but it's all witchy brews and all the rest of it. It's all natural remedies for helping you deal with specific stuff, so you're no need to jam chemicals in your body when there's a perfectly alternative organic option, and that's much better for your body. It's quite heavy, it's quite hard to get out. As always, I'm sorry I went missing for the past couple of weeks, but like I said, I've been in absolute hell, just been torturing myself, and it was just really hard coming to speak. But now it's out. If you managed to stay for the whole video, thank you so much. And I'll keep you updated with the process. As always, thanks for watching. I love you so. Mwah.